Yeah, so everything was a surprise when I walked into chiropractic school. I thought I was ready. I was not ready. Because it's a rigorous program. If you can imagine having a test nearly every week for 3.5 straight years, that is what chiropractic school is. So it's a rigorous program. I wasn't prepared for that because, like I said, I was always a kid that academically did really well and didn't really have to try very hard in school. So high school wasn't real difficult. Undergrad wasn't real difficult. But when you get to chiropractic school, it does not matter how smart you are. You got to put in the work. You got to put in the time. You got to put in the effort. So I literally had to learn how to study when I got into chiropractic school, and that took me a couple trimesters to figure out, because it's 10 trimesters at Logan, and it took me to about trimester 4 to really figure out what things and strategies that worked best for me in order to excel in school, because I had never, had to perform at that level, with that intensity before. So that really caught me off guard. Just the education itself. It take chiropractic school takes up a lot of your time, so very limited free time, which was also something that I was not used to. Because coming from undergrad, you don't realize how easy undergrad is until you go to chiropractic school. It feels hard. It feels like a lot of work. It feels tough, and then you double it, right? So not having a lot of free time and managing that, kind of from an emotional standpoint, right? We're like, when is this ever going to end? When am I ever going to be able to be a regular human being again? I'm watching, and I was back home, so I'm from St. Louis, so I came back home to go to chiropractic school. So I got friends and I got family, and everybody's working and they got some money in their pocket and enjoying themselves. And I'm still a poor college student, right? I'm 20 in my 20s and I'm still a poor college student. So all of that stuff, was stuff that I wasn't ready for. I wasn't prepared for. Um, it's like you're growing up, but you're still doing kid things. So that was tough. That was tough, but it taught me a lot, and it really did prepare me for that next step. Because by the time I got 2/3 of the way through chiropractic school and I was going into clinic, at that point I knew that it was it's kind of go time. It was time to start getting myself ready for that next phase. I started to get really nervous, right? About now, hey, there's no more loan checks. I can't call my mom as much as I used to. Now, once I graduate and I got doctor in front of my name, you can't call mommy. So I was getting a little nervous, and so when I got in the clinic, a doctor in clinic gave me a really good piece of advice. He said, treat this as if you're trying to build your own practice. So which clinic, in it for the most part is really nothing like that unless you decide it's like that in your own mind. So for me, and at that time in Logan, you had to like go out and get your own patients and bring them in and take care of them, in the practice from start to finish. And which was a really rewarding experience, which it's kind of disappearing in chiropractic school, but it was a really rewarding experience and it helped me to get prepared. So I had to get out and talk about chiropractic to people, right? For the first time ever. And explain something that most people, especially people that look like me, don't really know, don't really understand, don't really know why they need it. And it's just not a part of their paradigm. And so I had to start developing those skills if I wanted to graduate, right? Because you got to see a certain amount of people, you got to adjust a certain amount of people, you got to perform certain things in order to be able to graduate. So going through clinic taught me a lot about what I did, the skills I didn't have, and what skills I really needed to develop if I was going to